Okay. Well, there's nothing like
Okay,
starting
Lois
the
can.
hangout 20 minutes late.
Yes.
And one person
We
should.
are very tardy, we are. And
Yes, we're very punctual. Well, we want to welcome everyone, and we want to thank you for your patience, number one. It's been a little bit of a hardship here. We're actually kind of doing this. It's going to be girls' night. Andy's had some troubles getting on, and that's kind of why we were delaying this. So, but we want to welcome everyone to the call and to the hangout, and I guess we're just going to keep this as casual as can be. And well, I think we were going to do some Q&A too, but I don't think that we have that possibility. Although, Jenny, are you able to read the questions at all, or?
yes, I can. And they can also type in they should be able to type in the group chat. Oh, maybe not.
No, because it's on. They're on a different page, right? They're on that webinar link page thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I've
Right,
set it
yes,
up.
they should be able to.
It's set up a little bit differently, but if you can read those live fire things, you just can't respond, right? We'd have to respond verbally, right?
Yep, someone just typed. Paul Kennel just typed. I can see now and hear you. So he's on. So yes, I'm seeing them come on live.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. All good. Excellent. Yay.
Yay.
Perseverance always gets you some sort of result. May not be perfect.
All right, so we've come through, and perseverance, that's what leaders are all about. It's persevering through all of the technical fun stuff, and that is something that we're constantly learning about, and yeah, tons of fun. And putting kids to bed to boot on top of that, and I had one that needed medicine because she's got a fever all day today too, so it's been one of those days. All right, so I guess let's start. I guess we all talked about how well, Lioness is kind of the community where we're all here to shop. By the way, my name is Nicole Peterson. Some of you may not know me. We're here kind of having a special host here today from all the way from down under in Australia, Jenny Ryan. And she has been such a tremendous friend, number one, has grown to be one of my best friends throughout the entire year. It's amazing having a good friend from all the way across the other side of the world, and probably talk to her more than I talk to some of my friends here in same city, isn't it? It's kind of great having a global business. So having many friends all around the world. So I'm very pleased to have her on the call. She has, when I introduced Lioness to her, when Andy and I both introduced Lioness to her, she just got the concept right away. Get paid to shop. What woman doesn't love to get paid to shop? So, and it was funny because in Australia, when she joined, there were hardly any merchants. And I remember, Jenny, do you remember how many merchants there were in Australia?
Virtually not many. There was a lot. They had some online ones. And I think they had some gift card options. You know, some gift card ones like Dimmicks and Prouds and Freedom Furniture and a few things like that. But they didn't have one merchant, like actual SME, because they hadn't even opened up the SME program. Yeah.
Right, and so I remember you actually, I remember when we were talking about the different levels that you could come in at and with Lioness, in terms of shopping too, you were like, well, I can buy some jewelry. Do you remember that? And I was like,
yes, okay, yes, I do.
I think it's, and what you kind of, got without me even telling you was that it's all about the vision. It's all about the potential of Lioness, and do you see where it is in Austria today and where it is in Europe today and where it possibly can be in Australia. And now look at where Lioness is in Australia. You guys are buying probably putting more of your expenditures through Lioness in Australia than we are even in North America, because you guys can buy liquor.
Exactly, and you know we are Australian. But yeah, I just you know, just when Nicole came to me with this, you know, I actually wasn't really looking for anything, to be honest. But I was in a place where I did kind of need to be looking at something else, because what I'd previously been doing, you know, was starting to wind down, and my team wasn't getting results, and things weren't working as they were, which is typical with anything that's kind of online. It's, you know, it has a bit of a short life cycle. So when she came to me with Lioness, I was like, okay, what's this all about? You know, I looked at the video and I was just blown away, because having been in the industry for almost 10 years and been in traditional network marketing as well, I saw the concept. And I didn't understand all the units and the up and down, and, you know, Andy had to explain it to me about 50 times. And, someone's trying to, who's doing that?
I think that's Andy.
Oh.
I wonder if actually I can accept him and we can hear him talk.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, continue.
Try that in a minute. Yeah. So, yeah, so I was blown away with the concept. I didn't understand all the units and how they all worked, but I understood enough to know that, you know, it was an incredible opportunity, because, for one thing, it took out a lot of the frustration of the typical MLM, you know, because there is going to be, you know, no attrition, because there's nothing to quit, okay? There's, you know, people, it's a free membership. People shopping for the things that they're already shopping for and getting paid on it, and all you're doing is referring people, but there's no monthly fees, annual fees, so why would anyone quit? So that was one of my big, like, aha moments. And also that there was nothing to buy and sell. Okay, you weren't pushing products, overpriced products onto people, even if they, like in a typical MLM company, even if they are great products, and I have been involved in companies that have great products, but regardless, people have to you know, spend out of their normal monthly budget to buy these products, so they you know, generally don't last more than about 90 days, except for maybe the exceptional person. So that was another great thing. And to me, it was just like, I don't know, I thought that this is a no-brainer to me. It was an absolute no-brainer. And yeah, I just love it. I've got a great team, some really people that are really starting to, you know, take off with their own momentum, and really exciting. The future is just going to be even better, bigger and brighter with Lioness. It's just, eventually Lioness will be everywhere, and I'm just so glad that to be a part of, you know, in front of that. So yeah, that's basically how I came into it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Me too. I feel like the exact same way. I think, well, you can see it, right? You see Lioness in Europe everywhere, and it's really starting to be more recognized here in North America as well, and definitely in Australia and your neck of the woods as well. And it's just, in 5 years, Lioness will be a household name as much as Walmart is. So
yep.
We're just getting in a little bit before the rest of the world knows about it, and which is now it's why it's perfect timing. It's the perfect time to get involved. So you've built an amazing team, an amazing network. You've been able to share the vision of Lioness with quite a few people, and I know the people on your team love you, because I hear it from them all the time, and I see the enthusiasm on your Facebook wall from all of them, which is fantastic to see. And I think that's just because you are such a down-to-earth and genuine person. And
oh, stop it!
But it's true, and it's, you know, it's that type of personality that really kind of attracts, you know, people as well, because you know, there's not enough of you in this world. There needs to be more. So,
sorry, I'm wobbling my laptop around.
All right.
Drop the
well,
power cord.
Linus is definitely striving to be the world's, premier global shopping community, and it's really a lot of fun trying to build a global business. And we are really still kind of at the very beginning. We're only in 44 countries. That's quite a few, but it's not the entire globe yet. We have hit all 5 continents, which is kind of exciting, and we've got the ability to get a little piece of all the shopping that's done in the world, and that's what Visa and MasterCard are all about. They take a small percentage off of everyone's shopping, and merchants always are paying that merchant processing fee to Visa and MasterCard, and that's where they make the money. And Linus is kind of the same thing, except that we're just not a credit card, we're a loyalty rewards card. And we get paid for just referring a little piece of all of that shopping that goes on in the world. So very exciting times, completely economy-proof, because even in a recession, people will always need to purchase groceries, clothes for their kids that keep growing out of clothes, and put gas in cars. Although, I don't know, we might start bicycling if times get really rough. Who knows? I can just see me with a bike and one of those tricycle thingies with the kids on the back. All right, I'm getting silly now. But there's always purchases that will always go through Lioness. There's always shopping that will be done, which is the point I was trying to make. So let's get on to more exciting things. I think, Linus is one of those companies, the first company that I've actually ever been involved with, that really, I guess, kind of congratulates and, what's the word I'm looking for, Jenny?
Rewards.
Rewards, thank you. They're representatives that choose to build a business with Linus. Jenny and I have been part of other companies before that, yes, they reward you up on stage when you come to their events, but they haven't, paid for you to come to their events. I mean, we've paid out of our own pockets, right, to come to their events and be up stage and rewarded. Whereas Linus is a little bit different. When you really start building a shopping network and they see you becoming a leader within the community, they actually will give you a reward to actually train you even more and come to their events. But it's more than just training, which I think Jenny is going to share with you. So Jenny was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to have Linus invite her all the way to Austria for one of the leaders' conventions. So she's really done a great job in building that teamwork and so forth. So without further ado, Jenny, why don't you talk to us a little bit about, well, you reached a certain level within Lioness in a certain time frame, and that was rewarded. And I guess you received an email or a call from Lioness. How did that happen?
Yes, an email invitation from the office here in Sydney, which was forwarded from Austria. So all of the people that had reached this level received that email, and then we had to reply back with our acceptance so that they could organise our accommodation and all of that sort of thing for the event. And so the event was end of October, early November last year, so just a couple of months ago, still very fresh in my memory. And I tell you what, I mean, I've been in a pretty big MLM company before. In fact, it's like probably in the top 10 companies in the world. And they put on some pretty impressive events, right? But I've got to tell you, this topped it by like 1,000%. Because it was not just like a conference where you go and you just listen to speakers. You normally with conferences you go, you pay for your own accommodation, pay for your own airfares to get there, you pay for your own dinners, you pay for absolutely everything to listen to speakers, and it's all rah, 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 get you all motivated and hyped up. Well, this is totally different, okay? This was, you know, we got invited to the event. We went out to this resort about an hour out of Vienna, and we were given like a welcome pack when we got there. And I think that the day we arrived, the event actually started, and so we went straight into a conference. But all the meals were supplied, every single meal, drinks every night up until I think like midnight, which I mean most of us weren't going past that time anyway, except the last night. On the Saturday night, they did have a big full-on 5-star gourmet buffet thing that was just went from rows and rows of food and champagne and cocktails, and they just had an open bar all night. It was unbelievable. And entertainment, like 5-star entertainment on the stage. Oh my goodness, honestly, it was like going to the Academy Awards or something. It was just incredible. Let me bring up some, I'm going to do a bit of a screen share here and bring up some photos here that I have on Facebook. So let me know, Nicole, when you can see this. Not, okay, that's... sorry, getting rid of all the... okay, can we see this now?
Yes, we can see your Facebook page.
Okay, cool, all right. So this is from the Leader Seminar. It's a place called Pamhagen. As I said, it was about an hour out of Vienna. And this is like the entrance area. This is just some pictures of some of the speakers on stage. This guy here, Wolfgang, what's his last name? Do you remember?
No, I don't. I keep wanting to say Puck, because Andy and I saw him speak at the Leader Seminar in Cancun the year before, right. And he was amazing, but it's not Wolfgang.
Yes. No, it's something, anyway, he's Austrian, but he has he run the race across America, which is like a huge bike ride that goes from one end of America to the other, and he won that I don't know 3 times in a row or something, and it's a very, very grueling event. Okay, but he didn't stop there. Okay, he then went on to climb 7 different peaks, you know, like Mount Everest, Mount blah blah blah, all the different peaks. He did that 7 times, 7 different peaks, and then he did some crazy race in the desert where it's like he wanted to give up. It was absolutely grueling, but he pushed him. Very, very, very inspiring guy. Just incredible. We had this was unbelievable. This guy here, I can't remember where he's from. Everything was in a different language, but you wear the translators, so you hear it all in English. I think he was Austrian too. And he is a speaker, author, trainer. He speaks on leadership, but he's part of Lioness, and I think he's got 13 good strong leaders under him. But we did this exercise where he had to break the board, and I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that? But we did, got the video of it. Still waiting to get a copy of the video, but yeah, definitely, nearly everyone was able to do this exercise. And this guy here, Antil, he's from Budapest. He was Lioness's very, very first member. Now, I love talking to this guy. Even though he spoke no English, that lady sitting there next to him is his translator. Okay, so she just translated everything he said, and so there was no problem. He actually did speak a few words of English. He was actually born in Melbourne, in Australia, which was, I had no idea. So he was born in Melbourne, but moved to Budapest when he was a child. And he was incredible to talk to because he was the very first member. Now, when he signed up, they did not have the card, okay? It did not exist. They had to, draw what it was going to look like when it was available. They didn't have a single merchant, and they didn't have any shoppers. And it was his job to get out. He was the one that got this whole thing going. He got 1,000 people under him without a single shop or a single merchant, okay, before things started to happen. And it took him 2 years to do that because his vision of Lioness was so confident and so he had so much belief in Lioness that he was able to translate his belief in Lioness so that other people could, you know, see that same vision. And he actually brought on this young guy called Mario, who was 23 at the time. I think it was him anyway. And he was this Mario guy owned a restaurant, and he was in the family restaurant business. And he would Anton would go in every day for a period of time. Every day he would go in and order his little pizza and his little beer or whatever he was drinking. Okay, so he got to know this Mario, the owner. Okay, he got to know him quite well. And one day he just said to him, "Look, I've got something to share with you." And he drew the card on a piece of paper, and he said, "By the year 2020, this card will be everywhere. It will be it's a loyalty card that will be accepted everywhere, while globally." Okay, and he said a few other words, not much, and he said, basically, "Are you in or out?" kind of thing. You know, those weren't the exact words, but something along those lines. But because he was so confident in what he was presenting with such few words, this Mario guy went on to get started. He actually got started the very next day. He was setting appointments, meeting people. Mario at 23 went on to make 200,000 euros in his first in his first year. Then by his second year, this young guy was making 200,000 euros a month. Okay, now euros is a lot less than US dollars. It's more like 300 and something thousand US dollars. Okay, now he worked very hard to achieve that. Okay, let me tell you that he was doing meetings and meetings and meetings every single day to make that happen. But it just shows you what's possible. Now, for the last 5 years, Mario has basically, you know, semi-retired. He's doing other things, property and real estate and whatever, and he's just come back now into the business to start building because they've introduced new levels so he can grow his business even further. So very, very inspiring stories on the stage. You know, met Jerry C. Barker, who's our upline in Austria, highest earner in Lioness. And the great thing was, it wasn't just all conference, okay? They give you what they call a leaders' afternoon, where you do all activities. I mean, this thing was, it looks like easy, but it's, I tell you what, you get out of there and once you do that up and down the grass field, you fall out of that and you just got no breath left. It's really hard work. And you had to do like was like a team exercise, and you had to get in groups, and you weren't allowed to pick a group. So I ended up with Italians, and they all spoke Italian. And in fact, most of them couldn't speak English, but luckily they had a guy with them that did translate. And there was a couple of ladies from South Africa and one lady from Holland, and that was our team. And you had to do all these exercises and do like a challenge. Archery, I got a bullseye, by the way, which is pretty impressed with myself. This thing, also fun, it's called a Segway. I know they have them in North America a lot. We don't have them so much here in Australia, but that was so much fun and a lot trickier than what you think to get it going, but once you get it going, it's all right. Of course, here's Hubert Friedel, the founder of Lioness, up on stage. This guy, unbelievable. He was doing all these like tricks and things. This is kind of like a bit of a overview like of the just part of it. That's just like the reception and lobby bar. They've got like all bungalows spread throughout the resort, which is the accommodation. This is we broke up into countries, and each country went off and did a little meeting about what we were going to do to, help Lioness grow forward in the next few months. And we were actually privileged to have our meeting up in the top of this tower. There's a bar up there, and the bar wasn't open. Okay, it wasn't open. We were just drinking water, and so we had it up, and it's just an incredible view from up there. And this is us with Jason Hacks presenting up on the stage. We had to do a presentation you know, what we were going to put in place. So it was incredible, you know, meeting all these people from all over the world, all different. It was like a big family, all different countries. Some of them couldn't speak English. No, it didn't matter. Didn't matter. Just incredible. You know, everyone was so happy and just, you know, connecting with each other. And it was just an incredible, you know, all paid for event. You know, every night they had dinner at a different place, and it would be all done up. This is like they had a barbecue night. So they did up this other hall thing, and they did the outside of it with all these pretty lights, and they had little bonfires everywhere. It was pretty cold, so I didn't sit out there. And then they, when you walked in, they welcomed you with schnapps, which is like, oh my god, it was like my mouth was on fire. It was seriously poisonous alcohol. It was so strong, and that's saying something. I couldn't drink it, so yeah, it was unbelievable. And I actually stayed on a few extra days and went to Salzburg, which was a couple of hours away from Vienna on a train ride. And the beautiful thing about was because I had also built my business and had been paid out with loyalty credit, I was also able to pay for all of my accommodation with Lioness free money as well. So I stayed extra days and I didn't even have to pay for any of the accommodation because Lioness had, you know, paid me out loyalty credit so that I was able to book my hotels for the rest of the time as well. So yes, it really is a world-class company. Everything they do is world-class, and I'm really excited to be going to the next one, which is a 10-day conference, and that's going to be very exciting as well. Again, they have leaders whole days. This time they take you to Vienna and, you know, have a whole day in Vienna doing different activities, and incredible company. And all just for, you know, shopping, sharing with other people and sharing the vision of Lioness, because right now we're in that early stages of Lioness where people wouldn't have heard of Lioness, and that's actually an advantage to those of us who are looking at building this, because we're in the prime position to be able to, you know, have that lifeline build underneath us before it all gets to the point where people are swiping their cards twice a day. Imagine when it gets to the point where people are swiping their cards twice a day and you've got thousands of people underneath you. Unbelievable. Incredible. So anything else you want me to share? I've been talking for a fair bit there.
Do you have that picture of that hotel that you stayed at? It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
I know that they really truly do treat you like royalty almost when you go to these events. And even though that they're training events, it's like being a high executive corporate executive in a, you know, like a Google company, and they're paying for, an executive level meeting. And that's what it's like going to these events. It's not like going to the standard network marketing event at all. It's they're absolutely incredible. The training is exclusive and inspiring, as Jenny said, motivational. But truly, you get to hear from the president's team members, the members like Antel, who was able to build a shopping network when there was no place to shop. I mean, how hard is that? And but he saw the vision of where Lioness was going to be and where it was going to go, and he was able to build a business from that. And you hear from these people at these training events, and not only that, but I think the Europeans honestly do go by that motto of work hard, play hard. And Andy and I have attended these events ourselves, and the entertainment, as you said, Jenny, is like 5-star, and it's every night. They don't, even during the week, in the middle of the week of a training event, it's, there's always some kind of entertainment every night, and it's incredible. It's an experience of a lifetime. It's you just feel like, and the people are amazing. They are so down to earth. They are so personable, so full of life. It's just an incredible opportunity.
So yeah, this is the hotel that I stayed at in Vienna. You can see that.
Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. See, I'm from the I have an architectural background, so truly amazing. I'm going to stop talking so you can see the picture.
It is. It's Vienna is well, all of Austria is just beautiful. Well, from what I've seen of Vienna and this other place, and we actually got. Oh, I've got to tell you this funny story. We actually got lost. There was myself, Anita, and one of Anita's other team members, Sheila, as well, that were all at this event together. And we had to get a train to Parnhagen. So we couldn't speak English. We couldn't understand German. So we went to the train station, and Sheila's very, organised. So she went and organised the tickets, and she came back, and she said to them, do we have to change trains? And they said, no, it'll go straight to Parnhagen. So we got on the train, and we're travelling along, and we had the map of, all the stations, and all of a sudden, we stopped at this one station for 15 minutes. We thought, this is a long stop. Anyway, we just sat there and then kept going. And then all of a sudden, we couldn't know that the train station names weren't being recognised for what direction we were supposed to be going in. So there was only one other girl in our carriage, and luckily she spoke English. So Sheila asked her, and yes, we were going in the wrong direction, in the totally wrong direction. We should have changed trains and at that long stop. So, and she said, you won't be able to get off at any for 4 stops because none of the other stations are manned. So you'll have to wait till you get to this other place. So we did, and the next train was not for almost 2 hours, and we had to be there. So we ended up getting a taxi, which, between 3 of us, it wasn't too bad. So we got a little, bonus tour of Austria country towns on the way there. But the funnier thing was that there was another group of Australians that did exactly the same thing, but they went further than us and ended up almost in Italy. So at least we didn't go that far.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we arrived late. We arrived there late, but
kind of like today.
Yes. Yeah, you just gotta run with the punches and go with it.
You do, yeah. Life is too short, and you arrive when you arrive, right? Fashionably late. There you go. That's our motto, Jenny. We're going to stick to that.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's turn the screen sharing off. How do I do that? Am I back on?
You are.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to see whether you're going to try and get. Andy's not on there at all, is he now?
No, he hasn't made it on. So let me see if he wants to. See if he can call in. Andy, if you're listening, see if you can give me a shout on Skype, and maybe we can talk. But I know that while we're waiting for him to see if he can make it on or not, one of the things that, Andy and I have been in business together in other companies as well, and one of the things that, we were looking for in a company was that you didn't have to stock any products, and you didn't have to, ask people to spend outside their current household budget. And we love the fact that Lioness has, no joining fees and no monthly commitments, and it has no auto ships and no annual fees. So, and it's a product that everyone will use. I mean, that's the best part about it. Everyone is, the product is really the cashback card, and you're using it to save on your monthly household budget. So kind of a brilliant concept. Hubert Friedel, who's the CEO of the company, had. Why don't we see if does anybody have any questions, or can we take any questions?
Yeah, I'm looking at the That's why I've got my head down. I'm looking at my iPad, just looking at the comments. There's still people trying to get on, but
Oh no, really?
mostly everyone's on. There's just a few people having issues. Yeah, it's you just have to refresh your page and press play on the video, I believe.
Right.
So, but anyway, so if you've got any questions or anything, or would like us to share anything, just type them in the comment box there. Can you call Andy on Skype?
Yeah, let me see what I can figure out here. So no one has any questions.
Let me go back to the page here. I was just checking Skype as well, so let me just do a refresh. Oh, someone, yeah. What if we have someone in Australia? Should we get in touch with you? Yeah, sure, Paul. No problem. Yep, happy to help. No problem. Or is it Paul? Sorry, yep, Paul. Yep, that's fine. Find me on Facebook, Jenny Ryan FB. And yeah, if I'm happy to help them, that's fine. So if people really understood how big this opportunity is, there is nothing seriously that you wouldn't do to get this build this business. Absolutely nothing you wouldn't do. If they truly understood what Lioness is about and what it can create for your future, it's just incredible. It really is incredible. And you just know it's a solid company. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not a rinky-dink, online business that's here tomorrow, gone the next day. They have infrastructure in every single country. They've got 3 offices already in the US, just in the US. I mean, what other company has that? I can't. There's not many. You know what I mean? So we have an office here in Sydney. There's one in New Zealand. In every single country, there is an office. Okay, and the infrastructure they're building out. It's going to be here for forever.
And one of the things we haven't touched on, which I think is really important, and something that I don't think we focus on enough, and is Lioness's charitable contributions and charities, and the fact that every time you shop through Lioness, a little piece of your shopping goes towards helping kids, not only in third world countries, but also here in your own country, all over the world. Kids that, with food, but also with schools that need repairing, that maybe have been damaged in some kind of a natural disaster. They're rebuilding schools, Lioness is, and they're taking a little piece of all of the shopping that we're putting through the system and helping them out. Actually, Lioness's latest project was with Nelson Mandela. So, and they built a school in South Africa in his name. So, and then we've also got the Greenfinity, which I think is also an important charity as well, because not enough, we're destroying the earth, and anything that we can do to help it and help the resources, the forests grow, and keep as much green on this planet Earth as we can, I think is all good.
And the thing about what you mentioned before about them building the school, okay, so they didn't just stop there at building the school. They also pay for the ongoing running costs of the school. So they pay the teachers. They basically keep the school running, which, is incredible.
It truly is.
And that just comes from 0.5% of, just 0.5% of the global shopping. It gets put towards that. And that's how big it is. That's how much they're able to generate, millions and billions of dollars just from, that tiny little percentage. So while it's nothing to the merchant, it's everything to be able to give back, worldwide, to be able to give back and do that for underdeveloped countries. So let me just do Andy, one more refresh.
Andy's trying to hop on, so
Okay.
Give it a few more moments. He actually might be able to join us in a few moments.
Okay.
So let's delay a little.
Yep.
Well, you do a dance, Jenny.
Oh, well, I was just about to race over because my little cuckoo clock was going off, and I was going to show you my little cuckoo clock that I brought back from Austria.
Oh, cool! No, I'd love
But
to
it's
see
stopped
it.
now.
Really? Can you show it?
Yeah, hang on. I'll unplug it. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see. It's only. Oops. Can you see that? It's just a little one.
Too funny. Look at that. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Hello.
And there we go.
Okay, so we've got Andy. Can everyone hear Andy? Maybe people can let us know.
Yeah. I can
Okay.
hear him fine.
So, Andy, I know you've been listening to our call, and we're sorry that we couldn't get you on the broadcast tonight. But we were just mentioning, I think we've talked about quite a few things. We've talked about Austria, a little bit of background on Lioness, and Jenny showed us our pictures, and we've just touched on the charitable organizations within Lioness as well. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I'm kind of wondering why we're looking at a cuckoo clock on somebody's wall.
Because it's from Austria.
Okay.
It was just going off a minute ago, and I was going to move it over there, but I didn't get it there in time.
It's adorable. Now it actually goes cuckoo at the top of the hour?
Yeah,
See,
it goes
I love
cuckoo,
that.
cuckoo.
That is totally
Yeah.
something I would buy if I wasn't going to Austria as well.
I know, all the Austrians hate it. You know, it's like in Australia, you know, like buying a kangaroo, like a woolly kangaroo or something, you know, but all the tourists love it.
Now, what do your husband and kids think about it?
The cuckoo clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't mind it. The kids loved it when I brought it home, so now it's just part of the furniture. You know.
See, there you go, Andy.
And it's not a real loud. Some of them are really loud and annoying, but this one's not.
Okay.
So that's enough about cuckoo clocks. Let's see what Andy's got to say.
Well, I don't know, Andy, if you wanted to touch on a little bit of when maybe we were invited.
I'd
down
like to hear why Andy joined, why Andy got started. I think that'd be helpful.
Andy, where did he go? Oh, shoot, he just left. He's back.
Well, I think my problem is my internet is off or something's going on. I can't maintain a call or get on the Hangout, or I don't know what's going on here.
All right, no worries. We've got you now. Well, Jenny just asked you, which is a good question, why did you get involved with Linus?
Boy, that's a loaded question. Well, I'm a firm believer of, I feel that the mentality of work from home, product-based, mandatory auto-ship platforms are destined to fail. Simply because at one time I had hundreds of thousands of distributors worldwide in about 4 different companies, and I found that the recession and the family of 4 just couldn't afford to buy products that had no value to them. The only reason they did it was for the distribution arm to make money. And they would stay in a business for about 3-4 months, lose some money, and fail. And a lot of that I kind of blame on the recession. So the next opportunity that I was looking at was something that would be recession-proof and withstand the test of time. And when I looked at Lioness, I looked at the exposure and the liability to the end user. There wasn't any. It was free. There was no mandatory auto ships. So in essence, we had a product that really represented hundreds and tens of thousands of products. We didn't add to the household budget of 4 because it was free. There was nothing to quit. It was recession-proof. And if we could help out a family of 4 by giving them a little card, that would earn them cash back, and then ultimately this was one of the mechanisms that really attracted it to me was a free shopper could shop their way in, generate a commissionable unit, and convert themselves, meaning they came in for free, they did their shopping, and then that generated a commissionable unit in our accounting system. And that was the very first time I'd ever seen that mechanism, and that got me excited because I truly believe the next decade or two financially will be very, very challenging for a lot of people, and I think Lioness can help a lot of people by really maximizing what they're already spending. So in principle, it made a lot of sense to the masses. I saw what they had done in Europe, and I saw that they were growing rapidly. I saw that all money's promulgated from the merchant versus the affiliate or the customer, and it was really beneficial to all. It was, we are the conduit that brought the customer to the merchant. The merchant benefited by retention of their current clients. We drove traffic to them because we're the largest shopping network. So there was a lot of intangibles when I made my decision with Lioness to, okay, number one, will it stand the test of time and is it recession proof? And that's an astounding yes. So I think that's the number 1, 2, 3, 4 reasons why I looked at Lioness. I think it'll withstand the test of time. At the end of the day, any platforms that you're looking at that does not show a clear and distinct value to the end user will struggle. And there is a clear and distinct value to our product, to the end user, the shopper. And the idea of being able to build a foundation of shoppers and earning a commission every time they shop through our system anywhere in the world was very compelling and very appealing to me. Is that enough for now?
That's great.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, you know how I got on a rant.
I do.
No, you make a lot of good points. Completely. I guess at the end of the day, Linus allows you to turn. I mean, we're turning all of our monthly expenses into assets and a potential residual income from that. So, and it's all based off of shopping and everyone that shops, and that's all Linus is it's all based off of shopping. So, and you're going to earn, a little small piece of that anytime, anywhere in the world, since it's a global business now as well, anywhere somebody shops in your lifeline, and potentially the entire Linus community as well. There's that option as well. So anytime anybody goes into a store and scans or swipes that card, that little blue cashback card, and it is going to become easier and easier as Linus continues to grow. And being almost a 10-and-a-half-year-old company now, we're going to be 11 years this summer, actually. It's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, I agree with that, and I think that's probably 1A or 1B in critical thinking when you assess these work-from-home opportunities. You want timing to position yourself before critical mass, but you also want somebody that's established, that has roots and a foundation and experience and a proven track record and sales volume and all that kind of good stuff. So it's very hard to find a company that was established, yet still new. And we found that because they were operating in Europe for several years before they came to the largest, per capita spenders in the world. So we have the best of both worlds. And, you look at our total members right now, 3.1, 2, or 3 million people worldwide operating in 43 countries. By their own admission in Austria, they had the slogan, 350-2020, meaning 350 shoppers by year 2020. That tells us we are 1% or just under 1% of market penetration. So the timing's right, the opportunity's right. When I look at this, the experience is there, they're profitable. They got a great reputation. They've got a great product. So when they decided to come across the pond, absolutely it made sense, because an established tenured company is very difficult to find, but yet it was penetrating the largest market in the world, and that's North America, Canada, and the United States. So it made a lot of sense. And I would say to anybody getting or contemplating the Lioness right now, it makes a lot of sense. We have mechanisms and instituted and implemented different processes. Now some of them are still underway, but the whole foundation of Lioness right now, if you're new and looking to this, is once you come to understand the comp plan, it is between now and really 3 years from now is really the greatest window of opportunity that is going to allow you to build a foundation. And the name of the game right now is accumulation of units. How many units can you accumulate through the shopping you're already doing? How many other people can you teach to shop that accumulate units? Because here's what will happen in the future. There will be some type of marketing and advertising done by Lioness where people will literally come in by the tens of thousands here in North America. You've got to understand, the last numbers that I saw, Lioness was growing at about 75,000 people worldwide in 43 countries. The same thing's going to happen here. And how do we know that? Because we've got a working pro forma in Europe. Get with the person who brought you on this call and tell them that you want to look at, say, London. And we have a website that really identifies all the Lioness merchants worldwide. And I always use London in my examples because it just darkens the sky with little flags that say Lioness Merchant, Lioness Merchant, Lioness, and there's thousands upon thousands of them. And that's the future of the United States, because there'll come a point in time where, let's say right now we've got 3,000 people in our group. Once we have the ability to scan this card and it's recognized and it becomes habitual, that'll be tenfold. Those 3,000 people are all going to give away 10, 50, 100 different cards to a lot of different people. So there's going to come a point in time where you will be hard-pressed not to see the Lioness logo, to take advantage of the benefits that they offer, shop through our system, start being engaged in our culture, start generating these units, because it makes sense for everyone. Who's going to turn away free cash back? Nobody. So what you have built between now and 3 years from now, you can take a multiple of at least 10. So, for example, if we have 3,000 people in our business now, I highly expect at a very minimum, each person that we have in will share it with at least 10 people. So when I look at a group of people and a foundation being built, we'll have 30,000 people, 50,000 people, 100,000 people. Remember, their goal was 350 million people worldwide. So we're just scratching the surface. There's not a better company, a better concept on a better platform than what you have right here and right now with Lioness. I will stack Lioness up against anything I've seen in the decades I've been doing this. It makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. Us, the conduit, the merchant, and the end user, the shopper. So it's a win-win-win all the way around.
Well said. All right. Well, I have one more question. I'm going to put Jenny on the spot. She didn't know I was going to ask her this, but I think that it's one question just to wrap this call up that I think probably a lot of we do have some team members that are on this call with us tonight, and would like to know. And I'm surprised nobody asked you this, Jenny. What's your best tip for building success and team unity, and how you've built Lioness? And how would you tell a new person that's just coming into Lioness to start sharing Lioness with others?
Well, obviously first of all, what I do is to get people into action straight away, okay? Hold people accountable and get them to start working with their contacts, okay? Because you just never know in your contacts who is going to be your next superstar, okay? And as they start to build their business, to me, mindset is everything. Okay, results, because I've been able to attract some good leaders, and to me, it's all about becoming the person that you want to attract. Okay, and that's all about, you know, working on your own personal development and working on skills so that you do become, because if you're not trained and you don't train yourself and you don't work on your mindset, you won't be able to. It's a lot harder to bring people in. I mean, having the passion and the excitement about Lioness, absolutely. When someone hears your excitement about Lioness, I mean, it's hard for them not to know, okay, well, what's this all about? You know, I want to know what she's on. I want to get in whatever she's involved in. So, you know, work closely with your recommenders and do work on your mindset, okay, every day. Every day, work on it. It's not something you can do once a week or once a year. It has to be worked on every day, because, you know, becoming a top earner is very different to be just, you know, surviving, getting by and you know, just getting an average income. If you want to get to the level of that president's team, you have to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. And to me, I mean, I've just seen it. I've seen it in my own team members. I've seen them switch. When I told them, you know, I've pushed and pushed and pushed about the mindset thing, and I've seen them transform and switch and all of, you know, become very hungry and very driven. And that's what you want, is to you know, get people who are inspired and driven and will do whatever it takes to get to the top. So that's you know, and I obviously the Facebook groups and all that, you know, engaging them in constant communication and that sort of a culture that, you know, creates teamwork. All about teamwork. And that's, you know, Lioness motto, together we are strong. It's so true. I mean, if anyone comes from me from any line, I don't care if they're not in my downline, whatever, if anyone, I've actually spent half an hour on a Skype call with someone who's actually Austrian, but she lives in Australia. I don't even know who she's under. She doesn't even know who her sponsor is anymore. She signed up and didn't do anything. But I spent half an hour on a Skype call with her, showing her how to shop with Lioness and, you know, what she could do with it. Because to me, that's what Lioness is about. It's about sharing, working with each other, you know, cross lines, side lines, up lines. That is what makes Lioness so special and different and unique to any other company. So that was a bit of a ramble on, but I think...
No, that was excellent. I love hearing you. You guys are good at rambling.
So it's all sweaty and hot here now. It's very warm.
Okay, I'll trade you anytime. It's freezing here.
Oh, no, it's very warm here, very warm.
So, yeah, you can see I'm turtleneck.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. So, okay, do we have any more questions from the group or anything like that? Okay.
I haven't seen any. I was just looking on the page and I haven't seen any.
We've got a quiet group tonight, or maybe we lost half of them because we were so late.
Kind of. But, yeah, we might have.
But we will get the recording out to everyone. And Andy, is there anything else you'd like to say? Any questions for Jenny?
I don't. Do I have a question for Jenny?
Yeah.
No.
No, I think we've gone on we've gone on for about an hour now, so I think that's probably enough, yeah, because people are got to get back to work, got to get building their business.
Great job, Jenny. Appreciate all your hard work. I guess that's what I'd like to say. Thanks for everybody that's on the call, that sees the vision and has the patience to understand what this will be here in the next, in the very near future. I think it'll help a lot of people. It'll make a lot of people happy. And remember, at the end of the day, with Lioness, there is nothing to quit.
No.
Once you're a member forever. So thank you for being here tonight. Thanks for putting this together tonight, Nicole. Sorry I had some, I'm guessing, technical difficulties. But we'll get it worked out, and we'll do it again, and we'll have fun again. even though I wasn't on camera with the girls, it was still fun.
There you go. Well, we miss seeing your lovely, beautiful face.
And a silly hats.
Thank you. Put handsome in there. I don't know too many guys that want to be lovely. And what'd you say?
Oh. I said handsome. I swear I said handsome.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So, no, but thanks, Jenny. We appreciate you coming and spending your time with us this evening or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And,
no worries.
And sharing your pictures of Austria. That is a ton of fun. And what a trip once in a lifetime trip, huh?
Well, hopefully it's not just once in a lifetime. I had planned on being in twice in a year.
Twice in a year. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
So, and I guess you were able to take out your little blue cashback card while you were over there as well, huh? Did you do that when you were not with the
Did I? No, I don't think.
What?
I don't think I actually did. I know I went because most of the places that were in and around Vienna where I was in the city were all gift card ones. You know, it's so I don't think there was, There might have been a merchant that was cashback, but it wasn't, something you'd just go and buy ordinarily or something. I can't remember, but no. There was hundreds of merchants around Vienna though, hundreds. But
yeah, I bet they're odd. I've been there a while. All right. Well, I guess with that, let's wrap things up. Thank you for everyone who was patient enough to withstand our little technical difficulties in the beginning, and thank you for sharing Lioness with us, Jenny. And
thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for sharing.
I meant tonight.
No, I know, but I'm saying thank you for sharing it with me because it's definitely changed my life for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being a part of our team, and thank you for seeing the vision with us. So we appreciate you, and we love working with you. So,
same.
All right, so we're signing off, and everyone make it a great night, and until next time.
Good night. Good afternoon. Whatever.
Good afternoon, good night, good morning.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.